Hello and welcome back to another episode of Spirit Tracks Transcription. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more things like it, then please consider liking the video, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Let's get right into the track for today. So, today's track is called A Phantom Appears. It's that little, I guess, fanfare you could say, whenever a phantom shows up. This one shouldn't be too much. It's number 38 in the soundtrack, and it is sequenced. So, let's get right into the process for this. Let's see. Yeah, that's the right size. I have a little thing for that now. Let's see. So, the very first step is with any transcription is to listen to it and get the instrumentation. So let's go ahead and do that now. So, we've got cymbals. I heard a dulcimer. I hear an organ. Na da 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 da. It's a G. Na na na. It's the lowest note on the violin. That's the octave it's in. So I can do. Let's do violin there for that. That is a choir synth, I think. Let's check it. So. Yep. Lowest note on violin. Dulcimer. Cymbal. Choir synth. Then we've got organ. Nah. And then that's all of it. Just the 5. Okay. And we got all of them just by hearing. That's always a good feeling, not missing any. Got this. Copy over the title there. And then we've got composer. Paste that there. And subtitle. Paste that there. Let's see about tempo stuff. 1. I hear 2 beats. Dum, da. And then the last downbeat doesn't happen. 2, off. 1, 2, off. 2 beats. Let's see how long each beat is. Going until I can't hear the choir synth anymore. $6.70. 1 beat. 670. It is 90 beats per minute. Okay. That is perfectly fine. because I'm hearing the second beat starting right here. Boo-la-da. Do-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da. Let's save this. Spirit Tracks down at the bottom. This is number 38. Perfect. Each of these things will only need one staff. But apart from the organ, which we don't need the third staff, we can paste the stuff don't even really need to do that. It's just easy. So let's go ahead and get these sounds all set up. Strings 15. Strings 15. Dulcimer 2-2. It's nice. This search bar on the mixer has been what I've been waiting for, and it is so nice. Crash cymbal 1-5. Choir pad 2-5. Organ 2-2. Perfect. And then let's go ahead and turn down the reverb to the normal level. If we need to add more, that won't take very long. Man, this makes adding these sounds so much faster. So, strings, panning, centered. Panning, centered, 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 centered. Okay. So all the panning is centered. That's one less thing to worry about, I suppose. Now, let's get started. It's just a G3. And I have this written completely differently from how they have. So I'm only gonna need like the notes, but the durations are completely useless to me. Nah. That's a really familiar string sound. It is definitely in Twilight Princess, maybe Ocarina of Time. I can't really remember. It's been a while. Let's see. Let's see. Let's say just that. Da da. Okay, that is perfectly fine. Next. B2, B3. Ba-dum, bum, ba-da-ba-bum. Do-ban, bum. Da-dan, dan. I think it's not quite Grace now, but this will do. Yeah, that should do just fine. Extend this half a step down. So organ, it will just be one note as well, but the choir synth will actually have notes to paste from. Dun. Something like that. Maybe not quite that much. If I solo this, how does it sound? Da-boom. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep that timing then. Ba-da! I assume that's the symbol. Yeah, it's a B flat 3. You were half a step off. We're so close. Yep, that's just fine. Next. Do-da-da-da. Do-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Do-ba-da-ba-da. No. So this is 9 of them. Is 384, 364, so each of them is 40.4. Starting from BPM, if I give it 90, $666. Let's see, 6%. So one of these is 6% of a beat. Huh. .06. Okay, that's good. Okay. Do do da dee da dee da 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 da. Right. Something like that. And then we can get rid of the extra staff there. Something like that. This top note is still sticking out. What if I put... say 64th, these are that notes, right? So then the one in voice 1 can be turned off and it will sound normal, like this. Yep. Yep, that's perfect. I'm happy with that. Next, organ. Organ. See, if I open it up in here, will that organ end like right when the fast notes come in? Oops, that's not the file I wanted. I was messing around with tempo earlier and it's not happy about that. Pretty much. So I can just do the organ for one beat. Okay. See, I need something like that. See one of these. Making sure these look right. That looks good. Nah. Then you just change like viola, violins. Then we'll just change the sounds again to the organ to 2. Then it's just and then make all those invisible too. C. Nah. If I take it off of that one, does that fix the weird sounding bit? Right? And then turn this, no, that's the wrong box. Turn this down like 3, and then I think that'll be good. Okay, perfect. That is this one all done. How convenient that these worked out to be an even subdivision of this tempo that has no relation to the MIDI tempo. How convenient. Okay, so we can get rid of this, and let's close this. We mark this done. We go Phantom appears, we don't need that. And then this is bank 122, one of the last ones. This is the only track that uses it, so we don't need it anymore. And we can remove it from there as well. Okay. We collapse this. We can collapse this as well. Okay, perfect. All right, that's all for this one. Now we can go here and do the stuff here that we need to do. Copy that. 5, 1. Yep, because staff 5, measure 1. Cool. And it is 1 second long. Add 3 for the reverb tail. Got 4 seconds. Is that a new minimum or just tied for minimum? Tied for minimum. Okay. If you get a track that is less than half a second in actual score duration, then you can get a 3. But that is very unlikely to actually happen. So most likely 4 will be the minimum. And that is quite the slope on the time graph there. So we got this one with all 3. We got this one with the staves. This one is below average. This one with measures. It is the minimum that is possible, which is 1, which is also here. And then we got time, which is also the minimum, pretty much. Got a small item. I didn't realize that only... Oh. Right. It's got a bunch of staves that was but 1 measure. Right. I thought this was the staff graph and I was confused. I thought, yeah, because it has more instruments on it. This one needs proper modulation, that's for sure. This one's 38. Oh, and just so you know, this list, not necessarily all of them are going to be re-uploaded to YouTube. Whenever automation comes, it'll just be those where you can hear an audible difference. Because if it's just the underpinning score architecture that's changed, but it sounds the same, then I feel no need to actually re-upload that. But that will come when MuseScore 5 officially releases, which will probably not be this year, even though they say it will be. Because 4.7 just barely came out. And it was supposed to come out like 3-4 months ago. But yeah, let's check instruments. We got dulcimer, cymbals, organ. We got dulcimer, we got cymbals, we got organ. We got a choir synth and violins. Choir synth, violins. Okay. We are still at 122 total instruments for the soundtrack so far, with 129 staves between them. Mostly coming from here and here, with one from here. And we are at a total of 320 staves, counting all the duplicates. We have, leaving us at a total of about 8.5 measures per track average. We have 783 total measures with an average of about 21 per track, and we are at pretty much 42 minutes of soundtrack completed with an average of 1 minute and 6 seconds per track. This is the 38th track that we have finished for the soundtrack so far, leaving us at 24.2%. We are almost a quarter of the way there, just as for Skyward Sword, we are almost 50% of the way there. Closer to 25 for Spirit Tracks than we are to 50 for Skyward Sword, but still. Because this number goes up faster than the other one, because there's more tracks for Skyward Sword than there are for Spirit Tracks. 157 here, which means that we have 119 left, I believe. If that math works out. Yeah, 119. Alright, there's that. Very last thing for us to do today. So I'll go ahead and hide invisible. We go 53. And then zoom in as much as we can here. That is too much. So it will be this much. And then I'll go ahead and let it play through without me talking over it or anything. So you'll just hear what we've been able to make today. So enjoy the very short music, and I'll see you right after. That organ still bothers me a little bit, but with just pitch bends and not actual modulation, I think it's the best I can do. Because I think the speed is right, it's just too wide, but the quarter tone is the smallest interval that you can do for pitch bends. And it should be centered on the pitch. So it has to be a half step overall, quarter tone in either direction. All right. But yeah, that'll be everything for this one today. So, as always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more things like it, then please consider liking the video, subscribing, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!